This may seem kind of ironic, but I actually do not buy Pokemon stuff that often. I'm not a big collector or anything like that. I mostly just sort of play the main games. So recently I just got a few different things, mostly because it was my birthday, and I just got myself some stuff, and I might as well just show it off. First, I there's a 2013 wall calendar. I did not. I just sort of ran into this. I didn't even know this existed until I just saw it behind a bunch of big calendars of horses and stuff. Um, Look at the art. This is all stock art. They all look pretty happy to be on the calendar, I guess. You know, but let's see. That's kind of cool because January's Victini. I didn't hang this up or mark any of the days off yet. March is the show off each month. They've got kind of a theme going, a bit of a loose theme going here because July is a bunch of fire types. Excuse me while I try to do this oppositely. It's like my webcam reflects everything, so I'm trying to get it so you can see that. Yeah, July is all fire types. August is all the anime characters and some of their Pokemon for some reason. And it's weird because, like, outside of this, you really wouldn't even think this has much to do with the anime. September. Look at this. October, we have some psychic types, but why is Chandelure and Litwick and Cofagrigus and Yamask not on the October one? That's just kind of like a no-brainer. I mean, all they have to do is drop the stock art. All they have to do is, like, this is like a 3-minute job in Photoshop dropping this art here. If you want to look at the actual months, it's sort of arranged sort of like the honeycomb things on the sea gear in Pokemon Black and White 1. And November we have some dark types. And December we have the Musketeer trio. Like, look at the stock art of Cobalion. He looks like he needs to like have a couple of drinks or something. He looks all wound up and he needs to chill out. He needs a hug from someone. All right. So I'm gonna hang that up. I needed a wall calendar anyway. I have one. I had a little insurance calendar, and that's a lot more interesting, I think. Now, I got Pokédex 3D Pro. I downloaded this for the 3DS. This has been out for a few months, and really, I did not. I've always wanted like a legit like real Pokédex. So like Pokédex 3D, the free one they handed out when the eShop launched was pretty cool, but it only had the Unova Pokemon in it, and this one has all the Pokemon in it. Well, not the Gen 6 ones they just announced a week ago, but so I really did. I bought it just because I had a little birthday cash, but I did not think it would be worth the money really. But it turns out it actually is pretty cool. The AR features are expanded, not as much as they should have been, but the full price fully featured Pokédex, it has more features. It actually is it's just barely worth the money. If you care enough to even think about wanting to download it, then you'll probably be happy with it. Especially if you basically know what you're getting if you have the free one that they has only the Unova Pokemon in it. Now there's an official Game Freak Pokédex that's out for the iOS devices, for the iPhone, the iPad, and really that's pretty cool. But the interface for it is really nice, and it makes I sort of how they leverage the interface to sort of make the iPhone or iPad or tablet or whatever looks or almost like a device from in the games. But I think it's like $3 to download it, and then it's like $5 for each additional region. I think it's like $5 for Unova, and then you have to pay $5 for each region's Pokedex, which ends up being a lot more than $15. So they're basically penalizing people for downloading it on Apple products instead of on the Nintendo 3DS. Main thing I'm dissatisfied with is the whole AR marker thing. Now, originally, I think in Pokédex 3D, the free one they handed out when the eShop launched, that was basically just a way to sort of make people sort of collect Pokédex entries quicker than they were sending them out when you got them on Spot Pass every day. But really, they're just a hindrance. It should be like with the with AR games, where you just have that one AR card and all sorts of different characters. You know, you could do all sorts of different things with that one card. Here, you have to. It provides you with an AR marker that you have to then reproduce and then blow up. You have to actually make the marker so large so that the image is so large. And the idea is that you want to like take pictures with your Pokemon, or I guess at about life size. It's like one of the main like things they hyped up about it when Pokédex 3D launched. back when the eShop launched. And really, it's not easy to do when you have to actually print out the AR markers or have another 3DS showing the marker and then use another 3DS to take a picture of it. It's very cumbersome, especially since there's a different one for each Pokemon. I think it really destroys the utility of the whole AR interaction thing. I hope they do a lot more with AR stuff for Pokemon in the future. I actually hope that's what the big announcement was going to be. If it wasn't going to be the next main Pokemon RPGs, I was hoping it was going to be some kind of augmented reality thing, because there's almost some tweets on the from the Pokemon official account sort of hinting at that almost. But yeah, there are some more features to it. Like I think that you could do some more things with them in the AR than you could in the others. But the main thing that I liked about this is when uh,
Keldeo, Resolute Form, Bulbasaur,
yeah,
Ivysaur, Venusaur.
yeah, they actually have a voice like Ash's Pokédex in season 1 of the anime that says the names of all the Pokemon, which is I wouldn't have thought to do that actually, and I'm surprised. Fortunately, it doesn't say the entire Pokédex entry, which would have been that would have been outrageously awesome. I'd say that it's about an extra $5 worth of awesome. I'd pay $20 for that instead of 15, but uh, yeah, that's a cool feature, and plus now you actually have an official pronunciation. Which before that you basically had to wait until they were mentioned in the anime to get in like the official pronunciations. Uh, so that's going to be nice to refer to. I wonder how it's going to be integrated with the Pokedex in Pokemon X and Y, because I'm going to make a whole other video about that probably. Next, I actually did finally get Pokemon Black 2. I did not actually have this game yet. I you'd think I should have where I should have been camped out in front of Nintendo World the night it came out, because there were actually like at least a dozen people camped out overnight in front of Nintendo World waiting for this game to come out. And you know how I have my roots are in the New York metropolitan area. You know how obsessed I am with the Unova region and how I did all the location hunt videos, the real Unova videos. And so it was I really wasn't expecting that there'd be a whole second adventure in the Unova region. So now that I know X and Y are coming out in a few months, I might as well go ahead and get into Black 2, because I don't play RPGs very quickly. So hopefully I'll probably beat this probably by the time X and Y come out. And what else? I'm probably not going to open this until I go back to college, because it's going to be a really crazy semester, and that'll be something fun to do till then. Now the last thing I got is this giant Snivy plush doll. This is by Tomy, and this is actually about life size. I think this is about how, at least based on its depiction in the anime, this is about the size of an actual Snivy, which is kind of neat. For size comparison, here's the little Pokédoll Snivy that they sell for $10 at the Nintendo World Store in New York. Definitely, yeah, the other one's completely gigantic compared to this one. It completely dwarfs it. Now, I looked like a year ago or something. If you wanted one of these like a year ago, I looked around. You had to basically import one of these from Japan or from Asia for a couple of $100. I've seen these going for like $200 on eBay or on other sites. People selling these secondhand from Pokemon centers for like $200. And I'm like, because I always wanted a large Snivy plush, but it's like, yeah, I'm not that crazy. I'm not going to pay $200 for one of these. But and I thought I was waiting for them to show up at the Nintendo World Store in Manhattan, because they have the life-size Sinnoh starters still. Turtwig and Chimchar and all that. And I was like, oh, when are they going to have the life-size Uniform starters? And I've been waiting for about a year. And when I went for the Wii U launch, I actually talked to the employees, and they're like, yeah, we're never getting the life-size Unova starters because of some corporate nonsense. They're just not going to give them to us. So you might as well just look online. So so I had to, and then when I looked again, now for some reason there are a whole bunch of these in the United Kingdom. Like in Britain, they have a whole bunch of these large Tomy Unova starters. They're officially called like the 12-inch Unova starters. I have a tape measure here. If you want to look at it, it's like I can't fit the whole thing in screen. It's about Yeah, like 12. It's about like 14 inches tall, sitting on its bum, and the cuffs are sort of have plastic in them, and the tail sort of does too to make it a little more rigid. The tail is kind of floppy-ish, so that's all. So I finally got that, and really, I'm not a big like collector, so it's not like I'm getting the other three life-size Unova starters. Uh, the only other Pokemon collectible I want is like the Pokemon Center plate back from Nintendo World was the Pokemon Center. They had these nice like sort of Christmas sort of plates that they sold in like I think it was either 2000 or 2001. That's like the only other really Pokemon collectible I really like care about. And aside from that, it's really just all about the games and yeah. So that's all the Pokemon stuff I got recently, and thanks for watching.